Hey y'all, hey. Welcome to Mirror Talks. Um I'm going to check to make sure y'all can hear me cuz I feel like y'all can't. So, let's see. All right, perfect. Y'all can't hear me. Listen, let us know where you're tuning in from. If you are on YouTube, go ahead and share out that link for me. Give me a second to share out the link. Facebook, y'all got 30 minutes with us. 30 minutes, and that is it. I am cutting it off. So if you have not subscribed to my YouTube channel, please do so. Let me send this out to the people of God. Huh? Hallelujah. Tonight's going to be really good, guys. Tonight's going to be absolutely amazing. We're going to talk about green flags that we don't talk about. Um, y'all know over here at Mirror Talks Live, we like to give a little positivity to a ever so negative world. So instead of talking about thank you, friend. Instead of talking about red flags, how about we talk about some green flags? Give me 1 second. I got two more people I need to send this to. And then I'm gonna skedaddle over here to Facebook to see what y'all doing. Let me see if it's showing on Facebook. All right, it is showing on Facebook. All right, amen. So, y'all, I'm not gonna belabor the time. If you cannot tell, I do not feel good. I am the mother of two very overachieving young men, and they are in all of the things. And all of this ripping and running and being outside. I got two, well, Dylan and Jay in band, and then now Dylan is in football. So it's a lot. It's a lot going on. But hey, we're gonna get through it. So I'm gonna bring up my brother and we're gonna just have a conversation. Um I had a young lady that was supposed to be on tonight, but something happened earlier today. So if we could just be in prayer. You don't need to know what's going on. Just be in prayer for the other person that was supposed to be on tonight. I would greatly appreciate it. Hold on, bro. Give me 1 second. In a minute, I'm gonna bring up my brother, and we're just gonna talk tonight. Nothing super deep. We just gonna talk. All right. So before I bring my brother up, I'm going to give y'all this. If I ask you to give me 5 red flags right now, you could probably do it immediately. But could you give me 5 green flags that have nothing to do with money, looks, chemistry, or somebody simply being nice? Sometimes healthy doesn't initially feel exciting. And so on tonight, we're going to talk about green flags. We're going to talk about, are they green flags or is it bare minimum? Like, we're just going to get into the conversation. So without further ado, I'm going to invite my brother up. He's going to introduce himself and we just going to hop into the conversation. Hello, brother.
Hey, what's up, sis? How you doing?
Chidio.
I'm over here trying to share the link.
You trying to do what?
I'm sitting here trying to share the link.
Oh, okay.
Okay, great. Yeah, I'm sitting here trying to share the link with everybody. Happy Friday. Happy Friday. Happy Thursday.
I
Jesus, I'm ready
wish
for
it
the weekend.
was. I wish it was. Jesus.
It's been a week. It's been a week. Been a week.
You gotta introduce yourself, brother. Let them. I mean, you've been on
Oh,
here
I'm
before, but for the
sorry.
people who
I'm
don't know
sorry.
you,
My bad. For once again, thank you for allowing me to be on the show again. It's an honor. My name's Alan Newman. Friends call me Newman. Um, what can I say? I reside in Orlando, Florida. Um, I've known my sister for some years, been watching her grow and evolve. So I'm super
Mhm.
excited. I was super excited when she gave this topic because I was like, oh, this is gonna be a good one because you hear more of the negatives than you hear the positives. So this actually made me have to think for this one, but I'm super excited. You can find me on Facebook, Instagram, or TikTok under Newman underscore Junior. Just hit it, click and follow you back. Other than that, I got nothing else I have special to say, sis.
All right. So audience, I'm gonna dive in and just ask y'all a question. Have you ever overlooked somebody healthy because they didn't give you the rush that you were used to? I want y'all to sit with that for a second. Did you ever discard someone because they were boring? And come on, y'all, I need y'all to be communicative and engaging in the chat. This only works. I mean, yeah, brother gonna do what he do because he does it well. He talks and he gives it well. But it only works if y'all talk back, right?
Yeah,
So
definitely talk back. Definitely talk back.
have y'all? Yay, nay, say, babe.
Maybe. Don't know if you want to admit it.
Right. I'm gonna ask it again. Have you ever overlooked somebody healthy because they didn't give you the rush that you were used to? Jess says maybe. That's a yes, Jess. Go on, say yes, sister.
We not perfect. We
Hold on,
know.
y'all.
You
Y'all, I'm
good
over
over there,
here.
sis? You good? You got you some water?
I don't. Hold on.
Jess, I can see that maybe being for a lot of people. I can see that. Have I? Mm, dang, maybe once. I'll say I've done it once. I've done it once. Sometimes you don't want to admit that you've done it before. Yeah, yeah. I'll say a lot of us probably have at least done it once in our life. We're not perfect. We make mistakes. Sometimes you drop something that you probably should have held on to. So it happens.
Y'all, I am so sorry. I don't know what just happened. Oh, hold on, y'all. I gotta get my bearings. I was almost up out of here on live. Jesus. My God, today. All right, so just say yes, maybe. It really was Diamond. If you only knew the last few days, friend. I ain't been trying to bombard nobody. I've been real silent, but good God Almighty. Um.
Getting up on out of here.
All right. So for the first part, we're gonna talk about green flags that aren't sexy but matter. I'm not trying to see the king today. Wait, who said ain't no green flags? Did you say that, Newman?
No, I didn't say that. There's definitely green flags. It's just the way green flags that are probably not talked on is going to be interesting.
Okay.
You
Okay.
about to go up to the pearly gates with all this coffee.
This is insane. And I'm literally, y'all, it's my allergies. Like, I do not do well outside. Future husband, I need you to understand. Your wife is a killed woman. I'm gonna be inside. If it was back in slave days, would have been in the kitchen. Cannot pick no cotton. Okay. Jesus.
Oh man.
Okay. So here are some green flags that aren't sexy. Now, I sent this to some people. I got some, Jess, but guess what? I can't take it to after the show. Literally pick some up today because if I take it, I'm gonna be nodding off. it right here in this chair, sleep. You understand? But okay. So I sent this to a few people who I just wanted to see various um viewpoints. I send it to some people who are married. I send it to some people who are single. I send it to some people who are divorced. So here are some green flags that aren't sexy but matter. They can hear no without punishing you.
Mm.
They can be corrected without becoming combative. It's not, it's room temperature, the one say. Can you tell somebody they hurt you without spending the next hour comforting them because you brought it up?
Mm.
Huh? Oh, okay. Their apology isn't dependent upon their intentions. A mature person can say, that wasn't my intention, but I understand it hurt you. Let me tell y'all what I can't stand is, okay, y'all know how when you apologizing to somebody and it's one of those, excuse me, if I offended you,
Oh, that irks me.
but you offended me. That's why we having this conversation.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I can't stand that. Like, we wouldn't be having this conversation if you didn't offend me or if you didn't hurt my feelings or whatever. Like, come on.
Yeah, I really hate that.
The next one is, they don't, now this is for people in the dating realm. They don't need access to everything immediately. And what do we mean by that? Your time, your body, your personal history, passwords, family, children, or your deepest traumas aren't things that they're entitled to simply because you're dating. How many more I got? Okay, and the last one is, they have relationships that they don't need anything from. If the only relationships that they have are beneficial. I jack it up. If the only time that they are connecting with somebody is because it benefits them,
Mm-hmm.
no. So how do they treat people who cannot advance them, who don't sleep with them, who don't employ them or give them anything? It did. It did. So bro, how do you feel about those?
Those are actually some good green flags. I like the one where you said, was it like conflict doesn't threaten the relationship? I think that's a good one. And I can say this one from personal experience because I've actually been in relationships where like everything was smooth and then you have that initial conflict that breaks the relationship and not having a healthy dialogue. I think that's very, very important because as much as in a perfect world, we want every argument to end peacefully, or we don't want arguments at all. Disagreements are a part of life, whether you're at work, whether you're at school, church, whatever, relationship, disagreements are a part of life. It definitely shows maturity for you to have a healthy conflict without destroying the relationship. So I actually really, really like that one. I do think that is one that, if we be honest, a lot of relationships struggle with because when you're dealing with conflict, it's well, I want to prove that I'm right, or I want to prove that he's wrong, or I want to prove that she's wrong. Instead of just saying, hey, let's have a healthy conversation that won't impact us in a negative way. Um, One thing I learned from my parents is my dad had this rule. If I'm upset at you because of something that we had happen, give us 3 days, let it cool down. Because what I don't want to do is in the heat of that discussion or argument, say something that I did not mean that I may end up regretting later. And a lot of times people sit there and just jump the gun and say what comes to their mind and ends up affecting the relationship in some way. Either if you married, you on the couch. If you dating, you're not sitting there talking to each other because you're mad at that person. So I think that's a really, really good one. The respect the no, that's a big one. Because I see it all the time. You go on social media and people be like, well, if he says no, he doesn't care about you. If if she says no, he doesn't care about you. If she says no, she doesn't care about you, and vice versa. And sometimes no isn't being disrespectful. My boundary is just whatever we're talking about. No, that's it. Exactly. What was another one you said, sis? I wish I would have wrote them down as you were saying it. I was trying to type them. Um,
One of the last ones was they have relationships that don't need anything from, and they don't need access to everything immediately.
I ain't gonna hold you. That's my personality. Because it's funny. Because I'm actually getting to know a very amazing young lady, and ironically, we kind of had that conversation because something happened, and she thought she didn't do something. I told her I was like, I'm like cool. Like even though we're trying to see where we can build this relationship on, like I'm not entitled to all of your time. I'm not entitled to everything. Like you should still be allowed to your individual life. I'm definitely a big proponent on not. I think sometimes we engross ourselves too much into a relationship and we lose ourselves sometimes.
Yeah.
And so I think it's really good to have a relationship where you have room. Like I know this is my person. I know they don't play about me, but I also know they enjoy doing things like this. They enjoy doing things like that. Not everybody who likes alone time is sitting there trying to get to know other people. Some
Right.
people I get overstimulated because the nature of my job
Quick,
fast.
you hit
So when I punch that clock out at 7 o'clock or whatever my shift ends, I need at least an hour or so to myself just to get myself together. And nothing's wrong with that. Doesn't mean I'm sitting there trying to see who's available, see what's going on. I'm just trying to recalibrate myself. And I'm big on that, making sure that my person has time to herself. Um, yeah, every fairy tale is she waits on me hand and foot. He waits on me hand and foot. That's not realistic. So I think having someone who has room for their um, individuality helps a relationship grow um, and expand. I think in a healthy way. So I definitely really like that. I think that was a good one. Um, I did see one when I was kind of looking up earlier today. Um, I think one that stuck out to me was they speak well about people who can't benefit them. Sometimes I'm pretty sure you've seen it. I'm pretty sure people who are listening have seen it. Good evening, Queen Glam. There's been times where a person says, "Oh, they never celebrate me. I don't feel like they celebrate the wins I have. I don't feel like they make
Hey,
a big deal
Shay.
about what I say." And I think that plays a big part in them. Every time you win doesn't mean I need to benefit from it. I'm just happy for the fact that you're successful. You've done this. You've done this. Um, Gives me a little pride to be able to brag about that. But it
Right.
doesn't do anything. I'm not looking for a come up off of your success. I'm just super excited that, oh, dang, if Mercedes was like, hey, babe, I sat there and got a promotion at work. Oh, that's awesome. God's doing my thing. My girl got a promotion. It's not like me, me, me. It's like she did this stuff and I'm proud of that. I think that's a healthy green flag that's not spoken a lot of being able to support your person without you having to be the spotlight. We see how social media is. We've seen plenty. I'm pretty sure those listening, I'm pretty sure sis has. You've seen plenty of people where they're posting about their accomplishments and that person is making it about them and overshadowing the person that actually had the accomplishment, which can be
Yeah.
problematic at times. So,
Even and I know this one is more so dating than well, I mean it's the relationship file, so we talking about any type of relationship. But I don't like a me too person. Like if I'm sitting up here saying I did X, Y, and Z, it is not your moment to say, well, look at me. Like I don't like that at all. And I try to, and I know sometimes, especially when you're in a group setting, um, but if we're specifically here for this person, then let's be here for this person. Because I got called to the carpet a couple of years ago, and it wasn't intentional, like it wasn't in a malicious way, but I know people who do it maliciously. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Like, oh, if she said she got this, then let me tell what I got. Or if he did this, well, let me brag on what I did. And it's like, but this isn't your moment. Like, yeah,
Mm-hmm.
because I have had stuff. I have had accomplishments and things that I wanted to share with my friends. And let's just say one other friend got to tell her side of the story first. Well, I'm just took mine in the back pocket until maybe later on in the
Mm-hmm.
conversation, or maybe, you know, maybe tomorrow. Like it doesn't have to, matter of
Mm-hmm.
fact, I'll never forget. When I became an author, when I first became an author, um was telling a group of people, and then this other person whom we're not even on speaking terms anymore, but literally made it about them. Mind
Mm-hmm.
you, you've been an author for years. I
Mm-hmm.
just became a
An author.
self-published author, and you're telling about how your experience was. It's not time for you to tell that. Like
Mm-hmm.
that wasn't the moment. But
Mm-hmm.
let's see what Jess said. She said some people don't know how to not try to be the center of attention,
Hey,
so they
Jazz.
control others to shine. It's fine to them. Absolutely, I can agree with that 100%. I can agree with that 100%. I have learned to be quiet in certain moments. Just, and some take it and they're offended by it if I get quiet. But sometimes me being quiet is so that I don't say anything that may, you know,
Throw
mess
it
up the
off.
mood. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, yeah, like
Mm-hmm.
everybody not being quiet because they jealous or they hate. And sometimes people are quiet because I want this moment to be for my friend. I want this moment to be for my man. This ain't about me. This ain't got nothing to do with me. Let my man get his
Exactly.
shine, you know? So
Exactly.
I love
Exactly.
that. Okay, y'all did really good for part one. Part two, I want to talk about the nervous system.
Oh.
Have some of us confused anxiety with chemistry? I talked about it briefly last week. I no longer
Okay.
subscribe to He Gives Me Butterflies. I don't want
Ooh,
them.
that's a good
I
one.
don't want them. Do you regulate my nervous system? Is my nervous system calm when I'm around you? Because if I am anxious and my stomach is doing all these flips and flutters, um, yeah, when you in high school, that's cute. But at my big age, is my nervous system trying to tell me something that I need to hone in on? Why not, Devontae? Well, that's the reason. Because I'm trying not to be deep on these, but I've just learned that I'm my best when I'm surrounded by people who, number one, I can turn my brain off around. And number two, my nervous system is literally like, whoo, just free and clear. No anxiety, no anxiousness. I don't like when people be like texting me and be like, hey, we need to talk. And I'll be like, okay.
You
And they
do
be
that
like,
to
well,
me, I'm
I'm
gonna
not
call
free.
you
Well, now I
immediately.
gotta block you. Now I gotta block you. If you can't talk to me right now, now I gotta block you because why are you telling me you need to talk? And now my anxiety through the roof. It's crazy. But I am on this journey of self-regulating my nervous system. And yeah, I just want to know, have do you think anybody in the chat, do you think that you have confused anxiety with confusion with I mean chemistry, Lord, I'm talking about confusion.
Yeah, I've never subscribed to the whole butterflies thing, but I just feel like when you're dealing with butterflies, your judgment can be off. Like you said, even when dealing with anxiety, um, I've never cared for it. I know some people it works out that way, but it's not good, especially for me. If I was to get butterflies, it has me dealing with if you really like me. It has me
I'm gonna turn off my
obsessed.
camera, but keep talking.
How you guys says it's gonna have me obsessively checking my phone, walking on eggshells. My bad, eggshells around you. Um, I feel like when you deal with those butterflies, it can give you either extreme highs or extreme lows. Um, so for me, I've never liked the whole butterfly thing. It sounds very romantic. Oh, when I see him, I get these butterflies and all this other stuff. I mean, no, shoot, go ahead and get the butterflies out the way. I know not that's not everybody's experience. Yes, like Jess said, it can mess with your discernment. Because I may get butterflies because I see. Dang, how am I going? This is a church show. How am I going to say this? I may
What?
see. I may.
Talk about it.
I may
No, no,
sit
no.
there.
So let me clear this up. This ain't a church show. This is just a Christian
I'm
owned podcast,
yeah, Christian.
but we are
Yeah.
real. We're
Um,
real.
how I want to say it. I may get butterflies because I saw Shorty out here had a pink leotard on and she had a fat behind and I saw that and it gave me butterflies. Yeah, that it ain't doing nothing for me. So I really hate butterflies because it can give mixed signals when people talk about I have butterflies. You can be giving me butterflies because you got me sick to my stomach. You out here got me sick. Whole time the gnats and not butterflies.
Diamond, please, bro.
You not lying. You not lying. Mm-mm, mm-mm. So yeah, I don't subscribe to the butterflies. Uh, not
Okay,
yeah,
somebody on
not.
Facebook, Ashley. Ashley, if you have not subscribed to my YouTube channel, go ahead and click the link in the thing because I'm about to shut down Facebook and I'm trying to usher everybody to
Oh, now
YouTube.
she kicking y'all. Now she kicking y'all out of Facebook. Y'all
Yeah,
better
kicking them
subscribe.
out.
You better hit that
Um,
subscribe button.
she said, once upon a time I did, but my husband changed all that. Being with my person has given me comfort, calm, laughter, and the ability to be my true self. I absolutely love it. Let me tell you something. If I can't be all of me, if I can't be funny Mercedes, if I can't be prophet Mercedes, if I can't be worshiping Mercedes, if I can't be got a little attitude Mercedes, if I cannot be all of what makes me around you, then you don't deserve me.
Mhm.
I'm sorry. I told God, and I'm gonna just talk about it. I'm gonna be a little transparent. I told God
Mhm.
today. I was like, Lord, I'm not settling. I'm not settling. Like I'm not settling. I'm just saying like that because I'm not settling. I'm not settling. I'm not
No, that
settling.
that's
No,
that's
no.
valid, and it's funny you mentioned that because I feel like I just had a conversation with my person, and she's in the chat, but I'll let her stay anonymous. Um,
Oh, baby,
we've
I
had
already
this
picked it up
discussion.
because we was gonna talk as soon as it ends. But hey, hey girl, hey boo, I'm big sit, little sit. I don't know, I forgot. But hey boo, how you doing? You can stay anonymous. Hey girl, Ben peeped it. But hey Bookie.
What I will say that's actually it's something we've had a discussion about a lot because I have a lot of weird quirks that I know can be overwhelming for some people, can be kind of off kilter for other people. And I used to always like will rebuttal that, and she'll turn around and be like, "Hey, I want you as your authentic self. Every part of you that you
Mm,
are, I want to see all of that. Bring all of that out. I don't care how weird it may look. I don't care how crazy you may think it may seem. You may think it's crazy to you. You may think it's weird to you. To me, it's not because I feel like I'm learning you more and more. I appreciate seeing all the different facets of you, which makes it helps regulate how I feel. And it helps me not be concerned about like if I maneuver this way, is she going to turn around like, you know what? I don't think I can deal with that because I tease her all the time, and I was like, you may come around one day and be like, Alan, this and that, and she gets mad every time I say it. I'm like, you may, I don't know, I may do something weird, and you're just like, hey, no, no, sir, no, sir. So it helps regulate it, makes me allowed to be more comfortable in the spaces we have. So
actually, I literally just read your because I just hopped over there on Facebook to see if people were still over there. I just read your comment out loud to the chat. I was just about to say something. Lord, bring it back. Yeah, okay. So I had this weird thing where I be nibbling on my man. Like I might just walk up to you and bite your shoulder.
what is up? First of all, hold on. Side note, I'm glad you said that. Side note, what is y'all problem with wanting to nibble on us? Like, I be wanting to be like, y'all do realize cannibalism is not legal.
But we not
Like,
trying to eat you. We just
And y'all do it like out of the blue. Like you could be minding your business and just bam, what the ma'am, are you okay? What are we doing? What maybe that's in the book of what is expected. I don't know. I've been
I
looking,
don't
I
know.
haven't
The man
seen
of
no
God just
book
gonna have to be okay with it because
talking
I
about
don't know where it
nibbling
come
is a
from.
part of the contract. I don't
It
know where that comes
is, and he gonna have to be okay with it because I don't know where it come from. And then I now my friends they probably be tired of me, but I will bust out in song and I will bust out in tongues
I'm sure we're
randomly.
having church randomly.
Randomly. We can be sitting up here talking about Donnell Jones versus Joe, and I'd be like, Rabako Sokotu Undiandaba. And they'd be like,
Are you
and to
good?
keep the
What the
conversation
Lord done
going.
told
Like,
you?
no, but here's the
Mhm.
here's the thing. It's so normal that the conversation will keep going.
Keeps going. Okay, see, that's
Like
good. That's
nobody
good.
really like they'll look, but the conversation keeps going.
That's good. That's good.
And that's them. That's it like every time. And then me and Dime, we're twins in this instance. Let's just say you say a word. Like, okay, I'm gonna tell on myself. So a couple of weekends ago, I was with
Mhm.
somebody, because I'm not gonna tell who I was with, and she started saying, I'm just a. Now, she was going to start singing, I'm just a nobody trying to tell everybody about
Somebody.
somebody. Yeah,
All
that
right, yeah. Mhm.
I bust out and said, because she said, I'm just, and I was like, Bachelor. Oh, this not okay. My bad. This not okay. Oh, okay. Yeah, okay. Okay. I just I was like, oh, I thought that's where we not going there. Okay. Okay.
That's not where she was going.
Let me
That's not
reel it
where she
back
was
in.
going.
But I'm telling you, like, just hear us a random word and we break out in song. Wait,
Hmm.
what she
Hmm.
said? Wait, that's how we're the more we like or love you, the more. Yeah.
Oh, about y'all nibbling on people.
Shan, please. Girl. Anyway. So y'all because she ain't gonna make me one matter of fact, I need a woman to come up here. If you're willing to come up, let me know. I'm gonna send you the link. I'm about to ask y'all a question. If you don't have to wonder whether they like you, chase them, the code text, or constantly prove yourself, does that feel attractive to you, or does part of you think something is missing?
If you don't have to chase them, is that what the question is? Sis?
If you don't have to wonder whether they like you don't have to chase them, you don't have to decode their text message, and you don't have to constantly prove yourself. Is that attractive to you, or do you feel like there's something missing?
Nah, that's attractive to me. The less my brain got to think, the better. Like, don't be having me out here like, do she like me this day? Do she like me tonight? Does she like me tomorrow? Like nah. For me, I'm not. I let me know
But
straight
you
out
know,
the
there's
gate. I
some
don't do
people
that.
who will be like, it's too easy,
Yeah,
and
because
then they'll self sabotage it.
I was that. Yeah, nah. Them people. Yeah, they go talk to a lady on the couch and get some Jesus and get themselves regulated. That's what that is.
Exactly. Thank you
That's what
for
that is.
subscribing. Hey, tell your friends subscribe. Um. All right, so let's talk about relational green flags. Huh. All right, Newman.
I got one because this is actually.
Consistency. This I want you to break this one down from a man's
Oh,
perspective.
okay, okay.
Consistency without performance.
Mm-hmm. Consistency without performance. Um. Whew. I think that's a good red flag. I think it depends on the gentleman. I think it depends
Green.
on. Did I say red flag?
Yes.
My
See, we
bad.
so used to talking about them, and that is why
Yeah.
we're having this
Hmm.
conversation because we're so
Hmm.
used to talking about red flags for real, for real.
Yeah, that's an amazing green flag because sometimes people don't realize how small consistency can be. It
Let
could
me
be
tell
a
you something.
consistent. I'm always checking on you on a daily basis. With my young lady, I'm every morning I send her a good morning. How did you sleep? How are you feeling? Like that's a consistent
Oh,
every
I
day. And it's
love
funny because
that.
you don't realize how consistent it is until you miss a day. And there was a day I forgot to say something, and she was like, "Did I do something?" And I'm like, "No, what?" Because I was rushing. I was rushing in the morning. She was like,
Cookie, you didn't do
"You
nothing,
didn't.
sis.
You didn't. You didn't say nothing." And I'm like, "Oh, I was like, my bad. I was thinking about something else." At the time, so consistency could be for her every night before I go to bed. I send her a voice note praying over her.
Oh,
Um, don't you
oh,
do that?
send me
Don't you do
one of them, God.
that? Don't you do
Hear
that?
my prayer.
Don't you do that? Um, just praying over her that she has a amazing night of sleep, that she has an amazing night of rest. That's a consistent thing that we do. Like for everyone, it can be different. Um, for some people, it's consistently he may sit there and send you breakfast every morning. He may sit there and if he's getting ready for a meeting, hey, just letting you know I'm going to be in a meeting for an hour or so. I'll talk to you later. Like consistency always depends on like what that particular person likes to do. Especially we know men are creatures of habit. We know for a fact um, if a man is doing something consistently, it's probably going to be something that's going to end up on the schedule. You don't even realize it's something you do every day on the same dot all the time.
Hold
Um,
on, pops. Come on over to YouTube because I'm about to shut down Facebook. I just got to figure out how to. That's the only reason why it's still up.
so I think consistency without performance is definitely important. And then some people don't realize the difference between consistency and not being performative and what's consistency with being performative.
Mhm.
Um,
Mhm.
a lot of people don't understand what that is because a performance for me could be, oh my God, he sends me flowers every day, and that's just something. It's whatever. It's just a performance for me because I know it's going to get you and your girls talking about, oh, he sends you flowers.
Mm.
Um, you're not really going to hear a lot of people talk about, oh well, my guy prays for me on a daily basis. My guy checks on me on a daily basis. Um, a lot of consistency could be I can, and she may laugh about this. I can tell when she's off. Like I
Mhm.
can feel when she's off, and I'll text, "Yo, you good? How are you feeling?
Oh
I'm doing a temperature
God,
check. How's
let me
work?
put this
Like
back in.
you never know. So that's for me. That can be a consistent thing that for my person. For other people, it can be different. It just depends on who you are. Because I think what messes up with a lot of consistency is we try and be things that we see other people do.
Right, you have
Um,
to be consistent to what it works for you. Cause what works for them don't.
may not work for you. May not
Yeah,
work for you.
I love
You can
that.
sit there. I can sit there and send you flowers consistently every week, and you get mad because you're like, I don't like flowers. I don't want flowers. And he's over here like,
Exactly.
I heard that if you want her to know you serious about her, consistently send her flowers. And you over here talking about I hate flowers. So
Absolutely agree. I brothers out there, I hope y'all listening to my brother because he's talking good on tonight. Um.
uh,
All right. So another one is curiosity, and then I'm gonna let you give yours. I put curiosity. They remember what matters to you. They celebrate you without competing with you. Um. Let's pause right here. They don't weaponize your vulnerability.
oh, that's a big one. That's a big one.
Ain't it?
That's a big one because my person, she definitely deals with like she needs reassurance.
Mm-hmm.
And it's funny because you don't realize it until like for me, I'm one of those people like the way my brain is wired, like it takes a lot to kind of keep me focused on stuff. And so like it took me a minute when we were talking where like I would disappear, but not like disappear in a bad way, just disappear doing my thing, not thinking about it. And then she's out here like, yo, is he good? What's going on? I'm like, hey, I'm here. I'm thinking about you. I'm just, doing something different. So that's a big thing, because it can cause a lot of ill feelings if you don't communicate it correctly. So what was the other one you said, sis? Um,
Well, I said a bunch. Oh, I just said they remember what matters to you and they celebrate you without
mhm.
competing with you. But this
Yeah,
one that I
that's
wanted to park at was they don't weaponize your
mhm.
vulnerability.
They don't weaponize your vulnerability. Yeah, because we have a bad habit of a lot of people are scared to show any sign of weakness or where they've been hurt
Right.
because it's probably been weaponized against them before. And probably the
Yep.
biggest challenge for them is to be vulnerable in that way because they're not sure how you're going to be able to handle it. That's why I think it's actually important for me. I know not everyone does this, but for me, I prefer to know your Jesus, vulnerabilities up front. Know your vulnerabilities up front because it allows me to know how I need to handle you correctly.
Oh,
Because
I
that's a
love it.
green
I
that's a green
love that.
flag that can go into that properly handling your person correctly. Because if I know your vulnerabilities, if I know what can hurt or make you feel some type of way, I could be more intentional on how I maneuver in regards to handling you that
I love that.
way. Hmm.
I am one that I feel and I don't know if that's going to be my story my last week of therapy. I recently went back to therapy
Okay.
because I found myself self-sabotaging. Um
Okay.
and some stuff happened. And here's the thing, you don't know if you're still triggered until you're triggered. So it was something that happened that had me, and it wasn't even nothing to necessarily do with a relationship. It was other things going really, really well in my life. And that is when my therapist was like, oh, so you've been disappointed so much in your life that your nervous system has equated chaos to normal. So now that
Mm,
it's not really chaos, your nervous system is like, let me create chaos because
hmm.
that's what I'm used to.
Hmm.
So yeah.
Wow.
Wait, let's see. My husband calls me daily when I am working to tell me a dad joke, then say I love you and hang up if you. Oh, I love it.
See, that's what's up. That's what's up.
I
That's what's
love
up.
it.
That's what's up. And it's funny because it plays into the part that it proves that it's the little things that matter to your partner. We always look at these huge gifts and stuff, and those, yes, you want to be able to do that, but those aren't the things that really stick with your partner. It's the little things that he even thinks to give the dad jokes. Um,
Yes,
he
Jay.
thinks to do all of that, and yeah, normal feels unnatural.
Yeah.
And I know my person be over here like, what is this dude doing? Because I can go from talking 100 miles a minute to like off quiet, and not even quiet because I'm mad or something, just like my personality just to be quiet. And that can be unusual if you've been in a situation where you've had a lot of noise, you had a lot of explosions, you literally been having World War II, World War III in your relationships. It can
Yeah.
very much be a weird feeling to deal with.
So I'm gonna run through these and then I want you to give because I feel like you got some on your end. They have a life outside of you. And let me say this, and I've never been married a day in my life, but one thing that has been consistent with the people that I know are married and that I've just been able and been blessed to have a front row seat of their marriage in certain aspects, you have to still maintain your identity. And I tell this story all the time. My brother and sister, they've been on the podcast, and one time my bro was going through something, and she knew that it was something that she could not fix, she could not solve it. So she sent him across the continent. Let me stop. She sent him to the West Coast to be where his best friend was because what he needed for what was going on with him was his brother, was his friend, not his wife. Because you cannot be, and women, I want us to hear this because I want us to resolve this within ourselves. We cannot be everything that our man needs. There are certain instances where brotherhood and being around other men is what he needs to get through what he's going through. Same thing with women. Sometimes your husband is not going. Men are naturally fixers. They're naturally wired to resolve an issue. Some issues they cannot resolve. You're gonna have to take a girl's trip. You're gonna have to take a girl's trip, and that's just what it is. And again, this is coming from somebody that ain't never been married, but I got the Holy Ghost, huh? I got the Holy Ghost, and I know that the reason that we need each other, but then we need our friends. We need our circle. But I'm gonna get off that. The last one is they respect who you were before they arrived. I'm gonna tell y'all something. Let me read this other little caveat. Your friendships, responsibilities, family, purpose, career, calling, and existing life don't suddenly have to disappear to prove you're serious about them. If a person comes in your life and automatically wants you to drop everything else you're doing and just focus on them, I dare to say that is not your person. And I dare to say that is not a person that the Lord would have you to be yoked up with, for the simple fact that if you're all about them, how are you fulfilling your purpose and destiny that the Lord gave you before you met them? And I'm a hush and let my brother speak. Amen.
Um, it's funny because I had typed up a list of like green flags, and like ironically, a lot of the ones that you gave are the ones that I put on there. But I kind of put like a little twist to it because even though talking about green flags and talking about how you should date or what's good or not, I do think sometimes we get lost in the sauce as believers because we also tend to date how we think the world sees us as we should date and not as how we should date as believers. And I'm not trying to preach on it, but that was
Go
just
there,
like something.
park right there, and go there.
All right, so we'll park it right there. I'll use myself as an example. With her, I was very upfront. Since I was like, my dad was a pastor before he passed. Now my mom has taken over the church, and so my sister and I are integral parts of leading the church. Um, and first thing I told her, I was like, "Hey, I'm going to be honest with you. A lot of my weekends are tied up. A lot of my Sundays are tied up. I would definitely make time and force myself to make time. A lot of people don't realize when you have those conversations of what parts of your life is available. I was listening to this podcast, and this person had said the biggest issue that people run into is they're trying to force a person into their life and not slowly assimilating and welcoming them into your space. So you're not forcing them into it, you're opening the door so that they can get engrossed in what you do. Um, I think that helps a lot when it comes to, um, I think, a green flag. We don't talk about being able to laugh at yourself, being able, um, absolutely, actually, absolutely, you had a life before your person is part of what attract them to you. And I think sometimes we forget about that. We forget about what caused them to be initially attracted to us. And we try and run, we end up running away from that. And then if the relationship ends, you get hit with one of the, I don't know if anybody's ever heard before, but you get hit by your partner. You're not the person that I remember when we first met. You hear that. You're not the person I fell in love with. You're not the person that I became attracted to, because you lose yourself in them. Um, I think a big caveat, that's a very good green flag. They don't rush intimacy. They don't rush that on you. Sometimes people sit there, fall into that trap, and she said she likes me. The chemistry was amazing, so we just decided to do whatever. And then you do it, and then the relationship just goes downhill. Now you're over here talking to God, talking about, Lord, forgive me. I done sat there and
You
fell off
hear
the edge, and
me
now.
over there? It's funny because, and I'm gonna let you keep talking. My next one was they don't rush intimacy to manufacture closeness.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm,
We talked about it
mm-hmm.
the first episode. Good sex will keep you in a bad situation. And I dare to say that if they're trying to rush you, they know it's good and they know they're gonna get you caught up.
Bro, I done told you I'm gonna put that thing on her, and it's gonna be a wrap. And next thing you know, you over there talking about Lord Jesus, Mary, Troy, what I done did wrong. Please sit there and deliver me. And now you stuck.
What name
You
did you
never
just
talk to
say?
me. I said Mary, Jesus, Mary, Troy. I'm just throwing names out there.
Yeah,
Why? What happened?
that T name. Don't say it no more.
Okay.
Jesus, Alan. My
I was
God.
just throwing names out there. My bad. I was just throwing names
You
out there.
you on my
Um,
roll.
I think another green flag that isn't appreciated. Who's Troy? Who's Troy? Yo, if your name is Troy,
Keep
I
going. Just
okay. Uh, I think another green flag that's not talked about is how that person is in different spaces. Are they the same person, or do they change up in different spaces?
that's good.
I think that plays a big part. Like if I'm with you, if I'm with this crew with you, um, not the panic. I'm so I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I think that's a big part. Like, how are they around their real friends? How are they around their family members? How are they around authority figures? I think everyone hears people always say, if you want to really see how a person is, look at it when you take them on a date, how they handle the waiter, how they handle the
Yes.
wait staff.
Yes. How do
I
they
don't think people realize
yes.
that's real. That's real. How do you handle people like that? I think another one that is key, when they apologize, they're not explaining themselves every single time they apologize. She had to shut me down from that. I didn't realize because of prior relationships. I'll be honest. I'm very forgetful. I am a fully functioning ADHD adult, and
Okay.
I forget a lot. So I have to put everything on a calendar. Because if not,
Mm.
you gonna get mad because you're gonna say, "All right, you ready for tomorrow?" And I'm like, "What happened tomorrow?" And you talk about we talked about. So I've been in relationships where that had been the crux in our relationship because I was horrible with keeping tabs on stuff, and I would find myself, "Ooh, is that thunder?"
Did y'all hear that?
Yeah.
My God.
And I found myself because I've done it with her, and she's like, you don't have to over explain yourself. You don't have to over explain yourself. You don't have to over explain yourself. And I'm like, I just want to make sure that you're not thinking that I'm doing something else, and you don't realize it's a trauma response because of what happened to the prior relationships you had, where you found yourself having to over explain yourself because of either the issues you were having or the issues you didn't know that your partner was having. So not having to always over explain yourself, I think, is a big green flag. Being able to answer a question without feeling like I have to dive in. Well, this is why I did this and said this and the other.
Let me say something. If I don't have to explain my yes, I've stopped explaining my no. When I tell you yes, I don't say yes because da 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 da. So I'm not doing. Hey, can you do no? Well, what? No.
That's it.
It's
Full
that simple.
complete sentence. Complete sentence. No. And then the last one I had wrote down, sis, was they're happy doing absolutely nothing with you.
And I need that. Sit over there in that corner. Don't even talk to me. Just be in the same room as me.
They don't have to do or say anything, just be on the same space. Same space. It could be we FaceTime, and we actually do this all the time since I work from home. We FaceTime, I'm watching a movie or something. She's propped up on my computer.
I love
She's
that.
probably she's just listening to me go throughout my day with work. Or if I'm talking about a movie. Like sometimes those are the simplest things. Just sitting there in my space, in your space, absolutely doing nothing.
Absolutely, Jess. But that's what I'm actually doing now because I don't want my future person to have to bear the brunt. Not saying which I feel like he would, whoever he is, because there is
Mhm.
nobody. Because people love to speculate. There is no one currently. But whoever he is, because he's gonna be my person, I feel like he would have the capacity to help me. But because at my big age, like I don't want to have to deal with all the fluff
Mhm.
in the beginning of the unlearn. So I'm taking the initiative to unlearn a lot now. So that we ain't got to deal with all that when he show up.
I agree. I agree. I agree. He out there. He got the shoulders to cover it.
You better. Next
I
caller.
can't. I can't. But I think those are the green flags that I got. Oh, and the last one is they bring peace and not intensity. But I think we kind of touched on that a little
Yeah,
earlier.
yeah.
That they bring peace instead of chaos. So those we were on the same page with the green flag. So I like that. We was definitely on the same page with it.
So now I'm gonna, cause it's only right that I do this. So now we're gonna talk about some spiritual green flags.
Okay.
Okay. So basically, what this segment of it is what does a spiritual green flag actually look like beyond somebody saying they believe in God, right? Um, we have to understand that there's a difference between somebody simply quoting scripture and living the fruit of what scripture says. We gotta stop, ladies. I'm only speaking to ladies because that's all I can identify with. Ladies, we gotta stop being smitten because a man can quote some scriptures off the top of his head and he can do a little rototo. What does his life, what does the fruit of his life say? I'm
First of
just
all,
being
did you say
honest.
rototo?
Mm-hmm.
Not
Yeah.
rototo? Okay.
What, like, that was me. Like, I kind of got what's the word? I got hoodwinked, swindled, bamboozled, if you will. Um, cause he knew them scriptures, but the deeper the conversation went, the life did not demonstrate the fruit thereof.
Mm-hmm.
Period. Diamond. Yes. So, um, I have some questions, and I want
Oh, you got it going. Yeah, y'all about to sleep good tonight.
you hear me, and I'm about to take this medicine too. Um, Here are some of the things that I just want y'all to write these down for yourself. Y'all don't necessarily have to answer them tonight, but this is just some practical things to help you if you're on your dating journey, guys. Do they honor conviction even when it's inconvenient? Can they admit when they're wrong? This is a big one, guys, and ladies. And again, I'm speaking to the ladies because we be needing this a little bit more. Does their relationship with God exist independently of yours? Is he abstaining because you abstaining, or is he abstaining because that's what he's supposed to be doing? Huh? Do they respect your boundaries without trying to spiritually manipulate you? Because we know that's a thing.
Mm-hmm.
Can they disagree with you without using God as leverage? Never mind. I'm about to tell my business. Are they teachable? And ladies, I really want y'all to understand, a man who feel like you can't teach him nothing ain't your man of God. He might be the head, but the head ain't nothing without the neck. All right. And does their private character agree with their public profession? They Jesus, Jesus, Jesus in the streets, but he asking you to send news behind. Oh, all right. Let me get out somebody avenue. Those are just a few questions, guys, that you can, you know, you can use in your Palm Pilot when you're dating to see if they align. I just want people to choose right, because at the end of the day, it's a choice. I know people. I do not subscribe to the one, and I'm gonna explain to y'all why I don't subscribe to the one. Because there could be a man of God that the Lord has for me, but that man of God also has free will. So the Lord is not going to keep me single because he disobeyed God and he didn't do what the Lord essentially called us to do. So there's not necessarily a one, but I do think multiple people have the capacity um to
I agree with that.
carry us. You know what I'm saying? Like, Yeah. Um.
I agree with that.
Okay, this one I want to park right here for a few seconds, y'all. Is God told me you're my wife, my husband, a green flag, or could that actually be a red flag depending on how it's presented?
That's a freaking red freaking flag. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Chad. Let me. I hate that with a passion, and
My God.
I think the reason I don't like it is because I've seen how that has messed people up in the church.
Yeah.
I have seen how that has crushed people's walk, that has destroyed relationships over that foolishness. For me, that's a red flag. Now, for everyone else, it may be agree. For me, that's a red flag.
All
That's a
right,
red
Chad.
flag.
I need y'all to let me know. Is it a green flag? Y'all can literally just put a green heart or a red. Do you see it as a green flag? If the man or woman of God coming to you and say, God told me you're my spouse, or do you see it more so as a red flag? I have my
So,
own thoughts. I'm gonna give it at the end.
because I just feel like if my God ain't telling me that, I'm gonna look at you and say, your God must be lying.
My God today. Well, we can wrap it
And
up
now
here.
we both now we
Jesus.
both upset because you mad at me because I told you lying, and you talking about what God told me. I'm like, your God must be, ain't telling you because I ain't get that.
I'm gonna say this, and this is from experience. I gotta be delicate because y'all like to run and say Mercedes said something that I ain't said. Um, I do believe there have been instances where the Lord has revealed, maybe to a woman that a man is her husband, right? But it is not for the woman to tell the man. And the only reason I am going to say that is because my ex fiance, um, I, I kept asking the Lord, what was this, right? And I fasted one time alone, and the Lord, I again, I feel like the Lord told me he
Mhm,
was my husband, but I did
mhm,
not say that to him.
mhm,
Later on in the relationship, maybe a couple of weeks later, we decided to fast together.
mhm.
And initially, we fasted a total of 3 times together. The first time was if we were even supposed to like just be in each other's life.
Stay together.
The second time was if we should proceed and move into an exclusive relationship, and the third time was concerning marriage. Now he said later, like months later, that he knew the first time we fasted that I was his wife. Um, I feel like the Lord told me that second fast. But again, I never said anything to him.
Yeah.
He
Okay.
told me, he came to me with it.
Mhm.
He came to me with it. So, ladies, I'm not telling you you crazy, but what I am saying is don't be telling that man God said, because sometimes you don't know if God said. And I'm gonna pause right here to do a little bit of a Bible study because this has been on me. God is so strategic because I didn't even know I was finna go this route. So y'all, this particular scripture has been burning inside of my belly all day today. And it's crazy because when I get off of here, I have to make a video about it because the Lord told me I
Okay.
needed to make a video about it. But I'm gonna give y'all this. Y'all get a fresh revelation. So the scripture is Second Thessalonians chapter 2, and I'm gonna read the amplified version so you can really hear what it's saying. And this my podcast. I can do what I want because I feel like somebody got something to say. This belong to me. You see that right there? Wherever it's at, wherever the name and the logo at, this belong to me. Amen. So Second Thessalonians 2:10. I'm reading the amplified version. I'm gonna go to verse 12. And by unlimited seduction to evil, and with all the deception of wickedness for those who are perishing, because they did not welcome the love of the truth of the gospel, So as to be saved, they were spiritually blind and rejected the truth that would have saved them. Because of this, ladies and gentlemen, hear me clearly. Because of this, God will send upon them a misleading influence and activity of error and deception so they will believe the lie. So every time you okay. In, in order that all may be judged and condemned who did not believe the truth about their sin and the need for validation. I mean, the need for salvation through Christ, but instead took pleasure in unrighteousness. Let me tell y'all something. A lot of y'all be saying God said that's my husband because y'all be hunching.
Hunching real good.
So I just want you to know that there is a time that when you reject truth, that the Lord will give you over to a strong delusion and he will allow you to believe your lie. So you can't get mad when that man go marry somebody else, when that man go be in a relationship with somebody else, because honestly speaking, that was probably not God that told you that. All right, back to our regularly scheduled program. We're gonna do something called green flag or bare minimum. Let's lighten the load, okay?
Oh, okay.
And y'all chat, y'all got the well, I know it's a delay. I hope y'all Newman, you can answer. When I say he or she, just flip it for you and answer the question.
Yeah, yeah.
He texts when he says he will. Is that a green flag or bare minimum? But again, for you it's she. So you just
Yeah,
flip it.
yeah, yeah. It's funny because my brain is just thinking like a person can text you every day, all the time, and still be entertaining other people. Um,
Well,
uh, dang, green flag. Yeah, dang that. It can go either way. Green. I'm gonna
y'all,
say
what
green
say
flag.
ye? What say the chat?
I want to hear what they gonna
He
say.
texts when he says he will. I feel like that's bare minimum. Cause you should be a man of your word. If you said you was gonna text.
Dang, y'all run a strict program over here.
The
Dang,
strictest. You hear me?
bare minimum.
Call me Miss Trenchbow. Um,
Oh
green flag or
man.
bare minimum. She apologizes when she's wrong.
I see. I want to be petty, black bare minimum. Like it's a green flag.
That's a green flag. Okay.
Yeah, that's a green flag. I want to be petty, like nah, that's the bare minimum. You need to be apologized. Nah, that's a green flag though.
He respects. Let me just do this. She respects your sexual boundaries.
Bare minimum. Because I can respect your boundaries and be knocking boots with somebody else while I'm talking to you.
She doesn't go through your phone.
Bare minimum.
He communicates when he needs space instead of disappearing.
Green flag. I'm gonna say that's a green flag. Yep.
They are accountable. Um, she celebrates your accomplishments.
As she should. Now I'm just playing.
I'm weak.
I'm gonna say that's a green flag. That's a green. For me, that'd be a green
Okay.
flag.
He's consistent.
Hmm. Oh dang. She's consistent. This might get me in trouble. Bare minimum. I may hear about this later. Bare
No,
minimum.
I agree. I agree. That one bare minimum to me.
Yeah, yeah.
Um, she has healthy friendships.
Green flag, because some of y'all ladies got some toxic friends.
You hear me? I thank the Lord for uprooting my circle and placing the friends I got. She respects your relationship with God.
Green flag.
This is a good one. He doesn't yell during disagreements.
I'm gonna say green flag. I'm gonna say green flag on that.
Oh, y'all, I'm so sorry. These allergies are whooping my tail. All right. All right. So, one of the biggest green flags isn't simply how somebody treats you when everything is good. It's who they become when they're disappointed with you. When you say no, when you disagree, when you're unavailable, when they don't get their way, when you correct them, when you're succeeding, and when you're struggling. Character becomes clear when a person isn't getting exactly what they want. So, this is the last question, guys. What green flag will you pay more attention to after tonight's conversation?
Hmm. Yeah, it gave a lot of green flags.
It definitely is
Um,
just
you had dropped a lot of nuggets.
well, what just give me two to three that like stick out to you just because I
Um,
think the chat is delayed, so it'll get them a second to catch
yeah,
us. Because they
yeah.
still talking about green flag.
Yeah, they still catching up. Um, I think the respect your boundaries.
Uh-huh.
Um, and it was one you had mentioned earlier. Let me see if I can find it. Um, the the one of making room for your individuality,
Okay.
because I think that's really really big for me. Um, I don't think a lot of people realize how they do lose themselves in relationships, and they don't realize it happened until it's too late.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Let me make sure.
Oh, they was the green flag. Let's see, they was green flagging it up down there.
All right, y'all. So tonight was absolutely amazing. I want to thank my brother for coming on. Um, I really wanted to have this discussion because I think we sometimes focus so much on the negative that the positive doesn't get the just
Attention that
due
should.
that it does deserves. So yeah, brother, thank you so much for coming on.
Always, always,
Um
always.
I think this has been a really fun series, the relationship files. It's been really, really fun. I'm gonna have to do some tweaking for next month. We're gonna continue, we're gonna keep it going, but I gotta do some tweaking because y'all the boys is just doing any and everything, y'all, in a good way. They in the
They said we're doing
band,
all the things. They said we're
they
doing
in
all the things this year.
football, they're doing a lot. And Jay is taking college courses. So I just really gotta see what this looks like for the podcast date. Cause I don't want to have y'all up super late. And I probably will drop something to ask y'all, like, is 9 o'clock too late for y'all or whatever. I know some of my people are on Central Standard Time, and I got people who hop in that's over there on Pacific. Y'all, my nose clogged up, so don't talk bad about me. That's why I'm jacking these words up. So I'm gonna be doing some transitioning with just times, maybe days. I gotta see y'all. It's a lot going on in my life right now. It's
Hmm.
a lot going
Hmm.
on. Um, it's a lot going on, y'all, but in a good way. Like in such a good way. I have something really amazing that I'm gonna share with y'all in October that is happening to me in November. Um, but I can't let the cat out the bag yet. So just know your girl is over here letting the Lord have his way. Just letting the Lord have his way. And so for those of you that are in Georgia, you probably will be getting a um invitation. For those of you not in Georgia, I just ask that you send your prayers. So yeah, guys, the lippies are still at a discounted rate. So go on over there, get you some stuff. I don't know where all the stuff at, y'all. Where is it? Oh Lord. I had said I was gonna show y'all. Y'all know the lip. Thank you, Jess. The lippies are still on sale, y'all. They're on sale until the 31st. So you don't need a code or anything. You just go to the site and purchase. My ultimate this look I did today was done with my ultimate face palette. I am still doing pre-orders for those. The first 10 women who want a virtual one-on-one from me. I have that option on the site. It's only 10 slots for the virtual one-on-one. You can still pre-order and just get the palette. But if you want to know how to utilize the palette and how to work with it specific to your skin tone and your undertones, then definitely get the class because it'll never be at that big of a discounted rate ever again in life.
Okay.
So I got some stuff rolling out with that. Of course the merch is still on there. Get your obedience over offense T. Brother, I still gotta get your shirt to you. And I'm saying it
Yeah.
publicly so that I can
Still
hold
waiting.
myself. I am so
Hmm.
sorry.
Hmm.
Please forgive me.
I forgive
Please
you.
forgive me.
I forgive you. I forgive
What
you.
else? Oh, next week. Please make sure y'all tune in next week. Next week is going to be one for the books because based on the title, I don't really think y'all know what I'm going to talk about. So the topic for next week is what if God isn't making you wait? Have you ever thought about that? Have you ever have you ever have you ever postured that question in your mind? What if God isn't making me wait? And I know a lot of people are like, wait for what? You're gonna have to tune in next week to figure out what we're talking about. Just know that this is called the relationship files. So I'll let you assume for the next 7 days, but just make sure you tune in on next Thursday at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We're gonna have a really good time. Um, who coming on here next week? My friend, my good friend Danielle is gonna be on,
Okay.
and Lavandin is coming back. Y'all got to see him on the men's series, so he's coming back too. I actually want a few more people to hop on. So if you're interested in being on a podcast and you love the Lord, you believe in your heart and you've confessed with your mouth that Jesus is Lord, you're more than welcome to come sit up on this stage, Buki. But nah, for real, if you are interested in getting in on a topic next week, I would absolutely love for you to come on again. I thank y'all for showing up. I thank the people who have been like some of these names. I consistently see them.
Consistent. That's good.
Thank you, brother, for coming on. I don't think it's ever been a time that I've asked you to show up and you not show up. So that means more to me than you know. That means I'm telling you
That's
that
good.
means more to me than you know.
That's
So
good.
let the people know if you got anything going on. If not, we're gonna end it on.
I do not have nothing going on as of right now. I probably will have some merch coming back in for those melanated Cocoa Puffs that I support on the social media
Yes.
airwaves. So just be on the lookout for that. Getting some logistics done. That merchandise will be coming back out shortly. So other than that, sis, I once again always appreciative. It's an honor to have been on here and been able to share the stage with you.
The Lord done
Struggling,
twisted up
man.
our mouth, huh? He done made us like Moses tonight.
Man, Lord
But
Jesus, my
listen,
tongue
guys,
is not
I
built
love
for that.
y'all. It's absolutely nothing you can do about it. And in September, we're gonna have an intro and an outro. But for right now, I love y'all. Absolutely nothing you can do about it. And I'm gonna see y'all next week, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard
Yeah.
Time. What if God isn't
Mhm.
making you wait? Bye y'all.
Bye, everybody.